Good morning, my friends. It's Erica with Not Your Average EDC. Happy Tuesday. Cheers to coffee in the morning. Let's talk about knives. It's a Tuesday morning. I don't go into work until a little later. I love doing these videos where I just kind of wake up, do the bare minimum, make coffee. We have nothing done yet other than coffee and knives. So let's talk about the Applied Weapons Tech scales that I got in yesterday. The AC is running and I'm hoping that you guys can hear what I'm saying, but I'm sorry if you guys hear that in the background. Also, clearly the sip and flip is coffee in a Rick and Morty mug and these knives with the new scales. Okay, so Applied Weapons Technology sent me these and these yesterday. Applied Weapons Tech, they're out of Texas. They make all of their stuff in their facility there, all American made. I have had a relationship with them for quite a few years now. They're kind of the only company that I have a relationship with if we're speaking about companies that actually make things. I have relationships with many companies, but none that really actually make stuff, right? So Applied Weapons Tech is kind of the only one that I have a relationship that I actually work with that makes stuff that sends me things. And they sent me these scales yesterday. They have sent me the bug out scales that I reviewed and tested a few months ago during the winter. Yeah, they've sent me stuff before. I love their gear and I feel like they're really innovative. With all the competition on the market right now, I feel like they are the ones always trying to come out on top. And that's not to say that they are every time, but that's what keeps the business going, is the competitive aspect of, as long as it's respectful, if everyone is trying to one-up each other all the time, that's what keeps things innovative and exciting, and I really like that. And that's what Applied Weapons Tech is always trying to do. They're always respectful, but they're always trying to one-up the competition. So with these scales, that is exactly what they were trying to do. There are tons of titanium and aluminum scales on the market for Spyderco knives, and especially the Para 3, but Applied Weapons Tech decided to make these with only one liner. So these scales only take the lock side liner, just like the lightweight version. Now these are not compatible with the lightweight version. That one is designed a little different, and they're making scales for the Para 3 lightweight as we speak. But it's the same ideology here of running only one liner within the scales. We have extreme milling done to make these ultra lightweight, and when you break this down and you remove one of the liners, and there's nothing to these other than exactly what you need, that's pretty crazy, because this knife is insanely durable and rugged now, but also crazy lightweight. I mean, there's nothing in there other than just that compression lock, and the milling in there is crazy. So these came in yesterday. Right away, I built the knives. This particular Para 3 is the one that I'm testing this month because we're testing that Golden Colorado K390. So this is one that we will be running all month and testing along with the Delica in K390 and the Native in Spy 27. So this guy won't be tested quite yet. This is their version of the full scale. So these are not the skinnies, but again, just one liner. Really cool. So this will be tested at some point as well, just to see, which one I like better, which one you guys might like better, the skinnies or the regulars. So we're really going to be talking about the skinnies today because we're not testing this one, but let's just kind of do an overview of what these entail, what these will give you guys, and what you can expect from these scales. So I have used other skinny scales. I had some micarta ones from Rip's Garage Tech. Those are fantastic. However, when I held them up next to these are actually a little thinner, which is crazy, and they're also contoured much better. So a lot of the skinny scales on the market don't have, I think they're called chamfers all around. It's just like a straight edge. And that's not uncomfortable or anything, but this is just a nice detail that I have noticed that Applied Weapons Tech did. So they chamfered all around, really nice contours, really thin this out as much as possible. Then we have, let's see if the camera will pick it up, some really light milling in kind of like a wave pattern. It's basically a micro version of what they did on the Archon scales for the bug out. It's like just those really nice waves, but these are really concentrated and small and just much more refined. You still get that big generous lanyard hole, of course, because of the lanyard tube. Everything about these is kind of like spot on right off the bat. Now, this is not a review. This is just an overview and an introduction to what will be coming to the market. I obviously have to test these before I give my final thoughts, and I will test these for the entire month of June before I tell you guys to actually go get them. But so far, these seem like a winner. And these are Cerakoted. I think they do like Type 3 hard coat and Cerakote. These are Cerakoted. They have like 12 colors. Sorry. We need coffee. Really cool colors to choose from. This one is Tequila Sunrise, which is just like a really nice orangey color. This one is Sniper Green, which is one of my favorites. It's just a very dull, olivey colored green that goes great with black, in my opinion. Both of these feel absolutely fantastic in the hand. This one clearly is much more filling, and it feels like your original Para 3, but just way more rugged and way better built. This one, this is like really nice. I really like how these skinny scales were done. The assembly was insanely easy. Both of them are centered. I've always said this, but Applied Weapons Tech will generally, their scales will center knives that weren't centered before. I've done that many times with especially Benchmade knives. If my Benchmade isn't centered, if I put them in Applied Weapons Tech scales, it'll usually center right out. So that's really cool. They're very, very nice scales. Nicole also got a set. She has a skinny pair as well, and they are charcoal green, really beautiful. She is just getting into the knife game, really, and she didn't have any problems assembling her knife either on her own. So super easy to put these together. Absolutely beautiful. Now, the one thing I am going to tell you is this clip configuration is not going to be for everyone, and we're working on that. So if you look, that clip is very close to the edge of the scale. Now, when you have the stock clip on here, it does not do that. So Nicole has her stock Spyderco clip, and it actually does not ride as close to the edge as this does, and it's great. However, right off the bat, when I put this aftermarket Lynch clip on, I noticed that it rides very close to the edge, and I reached out and I was like, that's not going to work. People are not going to like that. So as far as I know, because this is like a prototype, we're still working on it, he's going to like kind of twist the position of the pocket clip screws sideways, going that way more, and angle the clip down a hair, because this does not bother me in the slightest, but I know for a fact it's going to bother people. So that's something that we're working on. We're going to just twist the milling just a hair, aim it down toward the center a little bit more, which is going to be pretty easy because there's no liner running on the side with the pocket clip. So you have tons of room for improvisions. I mean, I'm looking in there right now, and there's tons of space to move the pocket clip milling. There's nothing in the way. So that'll be moved a little bit before these actually go on the market for you guys. Other than that, these are freaking perfect so far. I really can't find anything about them that I don't like. I love the colors. I love the milling. I love how it feels in hand. They're extremely sturdy and lightweight. Like, this is a cool looking knife. I really like the patina from the K390 with the orange. I think that looks really cool, especially with that flamed clip. Like, we're just gonna have a lot of cool options to upgrade our knives yet again from Applied Weapons Tech. They're always being innovative. And I feel like they literally create like new evolution levels of the knives that we already love. Like their arching scales for the bug out were literally like game changers, in my opinion. It just made the bug out better than it's ever been. And I think that this is basically going to do that all over again for the Para 3 line. I'm really excited. Just a little spoiler alert. So they're doing these for the Para 3 lightweight as well, but they're also working on the Shaman scales and the Mannix scales, same as these. So lots of offerings coming out from Applied Weapons Tech. If you're not following them on Instagram, I suggest that you do so that you can keep up with the drops. These are going to be big hot sellers, I'm telling you right now. I just love their work. I think it's some of the best on the market, and I love that they're always analyzing what we enjoy and just bringing it to the next level. So that's the first look at the Applied Weapons Tech Para 3 scales. I will see you guys on the next video. Go use your shit, drink some coffee, follow Applied Weapons Tech on Instagram, and I will see you guys on the next video. Love you all.